Do you often find yourself running out of things to say in a conversation? It's a common problem that can turn a potentially enjoyable chat into an awkward silence fest. It's like you're on a roll, and then suddenly the words just stop coming. You look at the other person, they look at you, and all you can think of is, what now? It's not a fun scenario, is it? Good conversation skills are essential in all areas of life, whether you're networking at a business event, chatting up your crush, or simply catching up with a friend. But fear not, because we've got a simple yet effective solution to this universal problem. We're going to introduce you to a method that will help you keep any conversation flowing smoothly. It's called the Ford method, and it's about to become your new best friend in social situations. Today, we're going to solve that problem for you with the Ford method. So what exactly is the Ford method, you may ask? Well, it's a simple yet powerful tool to keep conversations flowing. Ford is an acronym that stands for family, occupation, recreation, and dreams. Each letter represents a topic that you can delve into when you find yourself at a loss for words in a conversation. Let's break it down a bit further. Family touches on relatives and loved ones, a common ground for most people. Occupation delves into what someone does for a living, their professional life. Recreation covers hobbies, interests, and how someone spends their free time. Lastly, dreams opens up discussions about ambitions, goals, and what someone hopes for the future. This method is a great fallback when you're unsure of what to say next. It's about making genuine connections by showing interest in others' lives. Now let's dive deeper into each of these topics. The first component of the Ford method is family. Now, family is a broad and relatable topic that most people feel comfortable discussing. It's a common ground that can open up many avenues for conversation. So, how do you approach this topic? It's simple. You could start by asking, do you have any siblings? Or where is your family from? These questions are non-intrusive, yet they offer a wealth of information that can lead to more in-depth discussions. For instance, if someone says they have a brother who is an artist, you can follow up with, oh, that's interesting. What kind of art does he create? This not only shows that you are engaged and interested in the conversation, but it also opens up new topics such as art, creativity, and perhaps even local exhibitions. Another good question could be, what's the best thing about your family? This question encourages the other person to share positive experiences, fostering a positive and warm atmosphere in the conversation. It can lead to discussions about family traditions, cultural customs, and warm childhood memories, all of which make for intriguing conversation topics. Of course, it's important to be sensitive and respectful when discussing family. Some people may have complicated family situations or painful memories, so always be mindful of how the other person is reacting and be prepared to change the subject if necessary. You can also share about your own family. Sharing creates a sense of trust and can encourage the other person to open up as well. But remember, it's not a one-way street. While you may have a fascinating family story to share, be sure to give the other person plenty of opportunities to talk as well. In conclusion, family is a topic that is rich in possibilities. It allows you to learn more about the other person's background, values, and experiences. It's a topic that can create a sense of connection and shared understanding. Remember, family is a common ground and a great conversation starter. Next up in the Ford method is occupation. Now, before you think this is going to be a dreary conversation about spreadsheets, long hours, or office politics, let's take a step back. Occupation is not just about what someone does from 9 to 5. It's about their passions, their skills, and how they choose to apply them. It's about the challenges they face and the triumphs they celebrate. It's about the stories they can tell and the experiences they've had. So how do we approach the topic of occupation? Start by asking simple questions like, what do you do for a living? Or what are you studying? Or even, if you could choose any job in the world, what would it be and why? These questions open up a world of possibilities and provide plenty of room for follow-up. Say for instance, someone tells you they're a teacher. That's great. You can ask about the age group they teach, their favorite subject, or the most rewarding part of their job. Or maybe the person is a student. Ask them about their major, their favorite classes, or their future career goals. Each answer is a stepping stone to a deeper, more engaging conversation. Remember, the goal here isn't to conduct a job interview, it's to get to know the person better. So, listen carefully to their responses, show genuine interest, and most importantly, build on their answers. If they mention they love the creativity in their job, ask about their most creative project. If they talk about a challenging situation, ask how they handled it or what they learned from it. And here's a pro tip: don't shy away from discussing their past jobs or career changes. These can often lead to interesting stories and insights about their journey and growth. Occupation, after all, is more than just a job title. It's a reflection of a person's interests, values, and ambitions. It's a window into their world filled with potential topics for engaging, meaningful conversations. Occupation forms a significant part of one's life and can provide numerous topics for conversation. The third part of the Ford method revolves around recreation. Now, when it comes to recreation, we're delving into the fun stuff. This part of the conversation is where you get to explore what the person does for enjoyment, their hobbies, interests, and what they do in their leisure time. So, how do you initiate this part of the conversation? Simple. You could start with questions like, what do you do for fun? Or do you have any hobbies? These questions may sound basic, but they're excellent conversation starters because they allow the other person to talk about something they love and are passionate about. An important tip here is to show genuine interest in their responses. People love talking about their hobbies and interests, and showing enthusiasm can make them feel valued and understood. So, if they mention they love hiking, for instance, you could follow up with, "That sounds adventurous. What's the most challenging hike you've ever done?" Recreation topics are a goldmine for stimulating conversations because they can branch out into many different areas. If someone tells you they enjoy reading, you now have a gateway to discuss favorite authors, genres, and specific books. If they enjoy cooking, you could delve into their favorite recipes, cooking shows, or even food cultures. Discussing recreation is not just about filling in the conversation gaps. It's about uncovering the things that make a person tick, the things they enjoy, and the experiences they cherish. It's about getting to know someone on a more personal level, understanding their likes and dislikes, their passions, and their personality. Remember, the goal is not to interrogate, but to engage. It's about creating a comfortable atmosphere where the other person feels free to share their experiences, interests, and passions. So, keep your questions open-ended, listen attentively, and respond with genuine interest and enthusiasm. Discussing recreation not only keeps the conversation interesting, but also helps you know more about the person's likes and dislikes. Finally, the dreams component of the Ford method. Now, this isn't about the kind of dreams you have when you're fast asleep. We're talking about hopes, ambitions, the kind of dreams that fuel our days, not just our nights. See, every one of us has dreams. They might be about climbing the corporate ladder, starting a family, or maybe even traveling the world. These dreams tell a story about who we are and who we aspire to be, and it's in sharing these dreams that we can truly connect with others on a deeper level. When you explore someone's dreams, you're getting a glimpse into their soul. You're learning about their values, their passions, and their deepest desires. It's like unlocking a treasure chest of conversation topics that you can delve into. So, how do you go about discussing dreams? Simple. You could start by asking, what's something you've always wanted to do, or what's on your bucket list? These questions are open-ended, inviting the other person to share their dreams with you. But remember, it's not just about asking questions, it's about actively listening to their answers, showing genuine interest, and engaging in the conversation. It's about understanding, empathizing, and connecting on a human level. It's about making the other person feel valued and heard. And the beauty of discussing dreams is that it can lead to some truly inspiring conversations. You might find common ground, discover shared dreams, or even learn something new about yourself. Now, don't worry if the person you're talking to seems a bit hesitant or unsure about sharing their dreams. Not everyone is comfortable discussing their aspirations right away, and that's perfectly all right. Just remember to be patient and respectful. In the end, discussing dreams is a powerful way to deepen your conversations and build meaningful connections. It's about more than just filling the silence. It's about understanding each other on a deeper level and forging a bond that goes beyond the surface. Dreams give you a glimpse into what the person values and aspires to be. So next time you're struggling for something to talk about, why not delve into dreams? You might be surprised at where the conversation leads. So, that was the Ford method in detail. We delved into the 4 pillars of this conversational lifesaver: family, occupation, recreation, and dreams. Remember, These are not just random topics, but pathways to deeper, more meaningful exchanges. Starting with family, we learned how it can create a sense of commonality and trust. Occupation, on the other hand, can reveal a person's passion, challenges, and daily life. Then we explored recreation, a fantastic way to discover shared interests or even introduce new ones. And finally, dreams, a topic that opens doors to a person's aspirations, hopes, and future plans. Each piece of the Ford method serves as a launch pad to keep a conversation flowing, to keep it engaging, and to keep it authentic. It's not just about filling the silence, but about building connections, understanding others, and letting them understand you. With the Ford method, you'll never find yourself at a loss for words during a conversation again.